Hello and welcome to PHY110A. This is the Conceptual Physics Lab. This is a one-credit course at Stanley Community College. And just to clarify, if you do not need to be enrolled in PH110 to take this course, but this lab course does go along with the lecture course 110. If you need 4 credits or if you need a lab science, then you need to be enrolled both in 110 and 110A, or maybe you've taken 110 in the past, either online or face-to-face. If you only need 3 credits or if you need a non-lab science, then you only need 110 and you do not need this lab course. So it is a 1-credit course. You will get separate grades on your transcript, one for 110 and then one for this 110A lab course. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to introduce myself, the course, and then the Moodle. It's a little simpler than the 110 if you've already seen that video, but I am Dr. Kristen Walker. I will be your instructor for this course. I will be monitoring the Moodle. I'll be answering questions, grading. I have my PhD in optics and physics from UNC Charlotte, and I've been teaching physics for 9 years now at the college level and at the upper high school level. I am an adjunct teacher at Stanley, so I'm not on campus, and I live far enough away from campus that I don't go on campus on a regular basis. So the best way to contact me is really through Gmail or email. Maybe we can also do a phone as needed. Okay, so the layout of this is very similar to the 110. This consists of just labs, so there's 1 lab per week, a total of 15 labs. So before we get into the Moodle, make sure with any other online course you complete the Netiquette video and quiz. I know it's something that you probably have done a couple times already, but it's just to show that you have attended, and this needs to be done by next Wednesday so that you make sure that you are enrolled in the course. That counts as your attendance. I do have weekly announcements, especially with any equipment that you may need or things to watch out with the lab. Some labs are hands-on, some labs are simulations online, some are a combination of both. Feel free to get others involved. If you have children at home, get them to help you out. There's some things that it's actually helpful to have another set of hands, but it's not necessary. But get them involved, make it a learning experience. The way you want to navigate is you can scroll down or you can click on these links and it takes you directly to whatever lab that you're looking at. So you don't have to scroll down all the time, and then you can navigate back and forth like this. Okay. You'll see the video here. There's some things about starting up, a lot of things I'm covering in this video. This is from the fall because I'll put this video up here now. I know you probably have done this already in 110, but go ahead and do a welcome here. Sometimes there's some students in the lab that aren't in 110, so go ahead and post. You can just copy and paste the same thing that you posted in the 110. But just so, again, I know who's here, what's your background, why are you taking physics, things like that. Okay, so we have our syllabus. You can view it, or we can view it here and download it. So I have my contact information. Here's my number if needed. Really, Gmail is the best way to get a hold of me. There is no textbook for this. If you have the Conceptual Physics Fundamentals course from 110, that may be helpful, but it's not necessary. There are some supplies that are required, which I'll go through in a minute. So this is 1 credit hour. The way the grading works is there are 15 labs. Late work is not accepted. Late work is always due by midnight on Wednesdays. There are 15 labs. Each lab is 30 points. So that's a total of 450. There is a final lab exam, and that really consists of a tutorial kind of related to some of the labs you've done before, but that is 50 points and divide by 5 to get your grade. You can see our schedule. We do have a break here. Feel free to work ahead as much as possible, but late work is not accepted. So if you know you have something coming up busy, try to get things ahead of time. That's the nice thing with online is you can work around your schedule, whenever works best for you. But I do have something due every week. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind if I don't have these due dates here. All right, so there are some lab supplies that are needed. A lot of labs in the college level will have a lab fee. There are no lab fees here, but there are some things that you need. A lot of them are simple things that you may already have at home or in the kitchen, or you can find in a dollar store. So there shouldn't be anything real expensive that you need. So take a look at this list. Make sure you get this stuff ahead of time. You can't email me, especially the Wednesdays due, like, sorry, I don't have this or that. I try to put that in the weekly announcements to make you aware of things that you need. There are some labs when you need a sunny day. So again, you don't want to wait until Wednesday after it's gotten dark to do the lab. So look ahead. You submit the lab for that week. Go ahead and automatically open the next week's lab and just see what you need. So for this first lab, you'll need, it could be like a wind-up toy or one of those pullback cars. If you don't have something like that, it can be even like or a normal Matchbox car. You can use anything rolling across the floor. So if you don't have anything like this around, you can just take a can of soup and roll it across the floor. You just want something to move at a constant speed for a good, at least a couple meters maybe. So we will, stopwatches are pretty much on everyone's phone now, or a kitchen timer. We will use a lot of measurements, so it's helpful to have some sort of meter stick. You can use the yardstick, but we use standard units, so you want to make sure you convert your inches into centimeters or meters. So these are just some things to be aware of, things that you need. Again, not all the labs require things, but this is helpful. For some reason you can't get a supply issues or you're unsure what exactly you need, let me know as soon as possible. Again, don't wait till the night it's due especially. Okay, so the first lab, again, every lab is a little different, but you always have your instructions. Usually there's both the HTML format, and I guess not all of them have a PDF. This one here does have a PDF for printing. Okay, so you have your directions, your instructions here, but this is not what you submit. So this is instructions here, and then this is where you submit the lab. You want to go to the report. So the report is a downloadable Word document, or you can also open in WordPerfect and other things here. But this is where you type in your information. You may have to, I don't know if you can see it here, but you may have to, here it says you may have to enable the editing. And it allows you to then, okay, so here you want to mark how far to start at 0, and maybe it went 0.6 meters or centimeters. Pay attention to your unit. So this would be 60 centimeters. Type in, answer the questions, and then you want to save it and save your name on there somehow. For now, I'm not going to worry about saving it. And once you've done that, then here at the assignment, this is where you go ahead and submit that. You go to your add submission. This is where you can browse, or you can drag the file right here, and that will upload it. Because the labs I read myself and I grade manually, they're not graded automatically. Again, occasionally there's some additional things, like here you have to create a graph. If you know how to use Excel or some other graphing tool, that's great. You can use that. This is a simple tool that you can use to create a simple graph. Okay. So every lab is a little different, but you always have your instructions. There's always a Word document where you answer the questions, and then the assignment where you upload it. Again, it's another one. Again, instructions. Sometimes the report is here, and then you submit it there. Occasionally there is different websites or simulations. Again, make sure you try it as soon as possible, early in the week. If you have any issues with not having Java or Flash or something like that, let me know as soon as possible, or let IT. Really, if you're having any issues with a page not loading, whether it be Flash or Java, you can contact me, but really probably IT is your best bet. I don't know if some of you may be going on campus on a regular basis. You can probably also use computers there. But again, with all these labs, at least take a look and try the links as soon as possible, because then it gives you time to contact me and we can find another solution. If for some reason you can't load it, we can work something else out, okay? But you got to be proactive with that. If you contact me the day it's due, sorry, there's just not time for that. All right? So, and then there is a final here. There's this study guide, but really it's just a tutorial, and then you answer questions based on it. All right, so that's the lab portion to it. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, this is a good hands-on way to apply some of the things you've learned in 110, or just looking at the physics and natural world around us. So, all right, well, have a good day and a good semester. Take care.